let's go into NoFap first, because that's what I did. In fact, when I did it, it wasn't even called NoFap. That wasn't even popular yet. But there was a website that came out called Your Brain on Porn. And that's when I really started to understand the issue behind this, behind the porn-induced alpha inhibitor. Because before that, I just thought it was ridiculous to think that images and pictures were going to cause any damage to me. I thought it was awesome, to be honest with you, that you could just go out and, look at, all these beautiful women having sex in all these crazy extreme scenes and all this stuff that you could get that you couldn't get previously in history. This was brand new. We all got to do this. I was hooked right away. When I turned 18, this is in like the late 80s, it was just VHS stores then, VHS tapes. But I remember just being so excited. I was a little nervous even going into the porn store the first time. I just turned 18, It's like, I can really go in here? And then it was like a kid in the candy store. It was just, all this sex everywhere that I could just, oh, wow. I could rent these, take them home. And what I found from that experience was what I started to do, and I think a lot of guys start to do this, is I started back then, once again, it's VHS tapes, okay? I would record my favorite scenes onto its own separate VHS tape. So you would take all your favorite scenes from different videos and make your own tape. It was nothing but your favorite scenes all the way through it. You could just put this on, and just for hours, and the issue with that is now what I was doing, I didn't realize I was doing, and if you're doing this, you're doing the same thing, is I have easy access to the most arousing things to me in terms of watching other people have sex, which is what porn trains you to do. But I had easy access, no work. There's no seducing a woman. That's taken out, right? All that work saved, right? I just put on my tape, and I've got all the women I want, and all the different sex scenes I want to see, and I could fast forward to the ones I wanted, particularly when it was time to ejaculate. It's like, oh, I want to really ejaculate to this scene because this is like super hot, right? So I did all of that and it would spiral out of control. It would get so exciting. I would expect to spend, maybe half an hour. And the next thing you know, that dopamine kicks in. And dopamine kicks in right away, but it feeds off itself, right? The more you get, the more you want. The more you keep searching, the more you keep going. And the next thing you know, the whole day went by. And I did nothing but work on porn tapes. I don't know if you can relate to that or not, but that's how it was for me for a very long time. And then eventually DVDs came out. This is before even the internet got really popular, and I could burn my own DVDs now in these scenes and have my own digital stuff. And then, of course, when porn came out, the internet on the porn was easily accessible like it is now, like with Pornhub. Then not only can you get so many varieties of these scenes, but you can get as extreme as you want with as many girls as you want for free. It's just there, right? So I was addicted to that too. And, I would actually take days off work sometimes. I take vacation days and plan my whole day out just for searching and watching porn. I would watch porn every day and sometimes all day or just hours a day for over 20 years. So if you are, addicted to porn, maybe you were as addicted to me, maybe not. But if you're not, maybe you don't feel so bad right now. But that was me. Okay, that was me. And really what turned it around for me, and the reason I even started to look for these things like Your Brain on Porn, is because I was experiencing erectile dysfunction in general. It was already starting, not just with porn. But what was really concerning me is I wasn't even now getting fully hard with the porn anymore. Even the porn wasn't doing it. And I would find myself going and then when it's time to ejaculate, I'm not fully hard. Sometimes I'm practically limp, and yet I'm still allowing myself to ejaculate. What do you think that's training my body to do when I do that, right? That it's okay to ejaculate when you're not fully hard. Did all kinds of damage to me, which I had to undo over years. And that's where the impact point matrix come into play. It took me years to figure this stuff out, to take care of it holistically. But that's all over the story. I'm not going to go into all that. Just the porn part of it. I want you to understand it's very normal, but today it's very normal. Okay. Back when I was doing this, starting that, I guess the VHS tape started coming out in the 70s, late 70s. So that was not good in and of itself. But once it got to high-speed internet porn, that really changed things. Because once again, it's free and it's high definition. And the fact that it's so high definition, your brain doesn't know the difference. It thinks you're actually there with those women. So I'm going to get much more into that, okay, in a second. But before I do, let's talk about NoFap.
When it comes to getting throbbing, stage 4, rock hard on command, and lasting as long as you want in the bedroom, both permanently and naturally at any age, the first step is understanding exactly what is going on under the hood of your manhood. Because if a man doesn't understand the basic mechanics of how his manhood works, how can he expect anything he tries to work? He just ends up throwing punches in the dark, and then is frustrated when everything he tries stops working and makes his hardness and lasting power worse over time, conveniently leading him to more and more extreme treatments that further destroy his manhood and his ability to perform in the bedroom. So if this is a priority for you and you would like to finally get off of Big Pharma's hamster wheel, keeping you trapped, broken, and desperate, then you're going to want to set aside about 75 minutes to watch this free training I made just for you that's going to allow you to finally understand the ecosystem behind your manhood and bedroom performance. Like fixing a leaky pipe, you can't just drywall over it or you'll end up with a house full of black mold. You have to fix the source of the leaky pipe if you want permanent results that will last a lifetime. So I put a link in the description to claim a 24-hour access pass to my new masterclass that will take you by the hand and show you exactly what's going on under the hood. So you can finally understand exactly what methodologies, frameworks, and systems that our guys are using right now to conquer their bedroom performance permanently and naturally at any age. So go ahead and click the link in the description and I'll see you inside the masterclass. Xander Holt, signing off.